You're recording it.
I thought I might as well put a little on. The battery died before, so we've been talking, but whatever. We thought we'd put another one on so you could have another quick episode or something.
Right, okay, yeah. Like, I think it was Brett Weinstein. He explains it better. Innit? Like, he's like, he didn't know what he saw. He's like, okay, so is it that obviously he killed him? Obviously he killed him, but whether it was murder or not, it's like he doesn't know. It's like, is it the person that killed George Floyd, or is it the system? Basically, that's what he said.
Then I'll say to him, look at how the system is applied. Would the fucking arsehole police officer put his knee on the neck of a white person like that?
So that's the issue then, because it's like in America.
Then it becomes like, a race issue.
So like when you look at stats, like let's say like black people are 3 times more likely to have force used on them by police.
Yes.
So then we have to change the way police have been trained.
But that's
or is it like just fact?
But it doesn't just stop there. You know, I'm trying to say it's a psyche thing. You imagine, as I mentioned, the education system is so important.
Yeah.
You have an education system that's constantly reinforcing the idea of whiteness is better. It just doesn't.
How does it do that? By teaching the history, right? By leaving out most of the
No. By teaching fantasy history.
Okay,
like
so it's only
Columbus
in history,
discovered America, people. Like, it's just.
But is that only in history though, or is that in like?
It's in history. It's in science.
Arts,
it's in movies. It's
literature.
in art. It's in literature. It's in the way they even judge the arts and the literature as well. That's like, what do you think everyone was pissed off? What Steven Spielberg was saying about, oh, he doesn't understand why minorities are pissed when only white men.
What did he say?
Yeah, like it's about judging. It's about quality, not quantity.
Right.
Oh, it's just that white men only know how to make movies. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, there's also exposure as well.
It's not about
it's also, again, this is what's wrong with capitalism as well. Not everyone's gonna be on top. That's the thing. Like, if you go to,
not everyone is gonna be on top. But
exactly.
It's just
that's because of capitalism, right?
the percentage of the people on top is different. Like,
yeah, it's what's this? Like, what's the number? It's like the 80-20 rule.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I'm talking about?
Do you think it should be allowed for that to happen? Should there be such thing as a billionaire?
No, there is. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't be. Like, exactly. As I was saying, like, all of these things shouldn't be. Like,
and that in itself is a socialist sort of thing, because like, if I could just say, if there was a mansion on a house or something like that, yeah, socialists would see it and say, no one should be able to live like that, and then capitalists would see it and think, oh wow, if I work hard enough, I can work myself up to a house like that.
Well, okay, if you think so, but I'm thinking that for the person to make $1 million, he's gonna have to lie, cheat, and step on a few toes, and that is
and if you think so, you're on my shoes, man.
Sorry,
exactly, it's like that. So it hurts, doesn't it? No, imagine.
Yeah, for a quick second.
Imagine a whole knee on your nose.
You know what I mean?
Sorry.
Yeah.
For a quick second.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've already like adapted and improvised. My shoe feels fine. I gave it a little wipe down, and I'm over it.
But that's the opposite that's happening. Though. You can do that. Imagine the shoe this on your freaking leg.
I don't know what
until you die.
I don't know 100% what you're talking about, dog. So I went out for a piss.
Okay, imagine this on your leg until you die.
Well, are you talking about this? What's his name? The guy who just got killed recently by the police.
Yes, yeah.
What about it?
Like, the guy said he doesn't know if it was policy that killed him, or the racism, the officer bias.
No, he was racist because there was a picture online of the actual officer, yeah, with a red hat on, not saying "Make America Great Again." It said "Make America White Again." It was a racist police officer.
Okay, I agree. I'm saying it's a psyche thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and with the experiment, you know about the experiment, innit?
Which experiment?
Tawonga, what's the prison experiment?
Oh, Stanford prison system.
Do you see where that sort of psyche leads into that as well? Where that psyche could leak into that? you know what I mean?
That is another thing as well.
The dangers of identifying in groups.
Yeah.
Bro, and they stopped that within like 5 days because they had to emergency stop or something. Because they were having that same sort of complex inferiority sort of thing. So, I don't know if they did the experiment with whites and blacks or just whites and whites, but...
But imagine that though.
Yeah.
Imagine that now, look, on the population scale.
Yo, you gotta shop
on a massive population scale.
You gotta chop in.
What? No. It should be in the washing machine. What in the freaking washing?
So it makes sense for separation to exist.
Yeah, of course. So like, I'm not gonna say of course to that yet. But what was I gonna say? Of course, there are like lots of validating points that can make it seem that reality, innit? But I feel like it's less about spreading that, and it's more about, I don't know, man, because that's history still, and more about, what I'm trying to say is about being more positive. So when you've come to that acknowledgement and swallowed that bitter ass pill, what can I do next to help my own self and my black veteran first, if it needs to become them, and then on to others?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, white people need to come together and have a discussion. Like you just said it.
So like, black people need to come, white people need to come. What, officers need to come together? What?
No, officers, police needs to go away.
They need to talk about like how they're sort of like, you know, how they're going on, right? Surely, and the training in America, isn't it like 2, 3 week, 4 week? It's
a culture thing as well. Like, you know, police support each other.
Yeah, of course. Oi, you know what's mad as well? Very recently there was this one police officer. What happened, man? He was talking about Black Lives Matters or something. It probably wasn't even that. Fuck me, what happened? Wait, he said he was standing for it, yeah, and then he woke up and the head deputy said, yeah, it's fine. Then as it started to get popular, it had like 500,000 hits. They rang him up and said, you need to stop, like, nah, he was making the accountability of the policeman. He was saying no police should be out like that and everything. And they obviously looked after their own, because 3 hours later they fired him. So even white, black or policeman who tries to come against the system, they get fired.
I agree.
It's fucked.
It is fucked. It's a cultural thing in the police force, whereby it's a gang.
It is a gang, man. They are a gang. They're the biggest fucking gang out here.
They are. That's what I'm saying. Our police needs to go.
But I don't know if that's the solution, if they're gonna go, because then we turn to drug lords and they become our gangs and our protectors.
I would rather trust a drug lord than a police officer.
But they also oppress us as well.
They do.
Because the same, like that system oppresses us, the same way a pimp or whatever is going to suppress his community by implicating a belief system of no snitches. If you snitch, you're going to fucking die, your family's going to die, blah, 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 blah.
The police do it all the time. The police go out and kill people.
Yeah, and within that psyche, within all of us, we repeat that, so the history repeats.
But I think if you have a regulating body, like something like a family unit of like, a family.
That's a big problem as well, because the family is destroyed, especially in America. And here, the family's fucked. We've stopped caring about like love and family, connection, traditional values and all that. And all we care about now is power, money, material gain. That's all we care about. So that's what we've been conditioned to care about. And fear as well.
And, being acceptable.
Thanks a lot. Tawonga coming in with the pineapples. Yeah.
I can only eat one of this and that's it. It gets too acidic and I'm dying. Yeah.
Sorry I didn't, sorry guys, I didn't like record the rest of the other pod. But we was having a good conversation, innit? The battery's gonna die, innit? So if it goes off, then you know what's happened. But thanks for tuning in again. Sorry it's a short one, but it is what it is.
General Tawonga.
Get that word.
What's the comment saying?
I've got mud and dirt. Oh, you got mango as well. Fuck pineapple.
Had to bring the mango in last, didn't it? The doggos. Alright, let me see what
it's a difficult one,
the Instagram live is saying.
it's a difficult.
What up, Moses Katoga? It was murder, Eminem saying that be like going, yeah, that was definitely murder. Explain very well.
Is the camera still recording?
Yeah, the camera's still going. It's just, well, you can save the video. Yeah, it's definitely a difficult one. That's why, like, a lot of people are saying, like, there's no just one solution, obviously. That's why I'm mostly against your idea of...
That's a part of the problem as well. Most people think their solution is the solution, and there is only one solution.
Well, my solution is the solution, though. I'm joking.
That's your solution.
But people need to talk more, no matter what race.
I'm taking the whole
They
thing.
need to talk more together collectively and independently.
There's also, imagine this, there's also anti-blackness within the Asian community.
Of course, it's going to be everywhere. Of course, man. Like, Asians have always been racist like that. Why though?
It's a copy of white supremacy.
Of America.
Yeah. Of Britain.
I don't know, a lot of cultures want that as well. They have to, like, keep it inside themselves.
Yeah, I hear
Like,
that.
marrying inside,
But I
marrying
feel-
outside of their
not
race.
even there.
I feel like America's most loudest when it comes to things going on. That's why I'm saying America. It's a crazy ass world, man.
It's a nightmare.
It's fucked up. All these like first world sort of problems.
Yeah.
There's so many people dying of starvation right now. And we're here chatting like this.
There's a civil war in Cameroon right now.
Yeah.
Started by the French government.
Yeah, so it seems like it's more of a government problem.
It's a government issue.
Not like relating it to whites. Yeah, it could have been related to whites, but it's not like all whites are then the problem. It's whites that were part of the system that's been made to oppress man most. But then it's not that you should not trust every white or British or American after that. That's wrong.
I know. No.
But it's about going for the system, man. But obviously, if we can't even talk between ourselves, how the fuck are we going to come together and actually like say, alright, we're going to stop everything, because the power is within the people. I know it don't seem like it, but the power is within people.
It is.
And if we stop everything, because you know all these businessmen been going on about, don't give a fuck about the pandemic, if that's a real thing, yeah. Care about the economy, all they've been saying, this is affecting my economy, blah blah, all you give a fuck about is your money.
That's why they've started lockdown. That's just opening up the
Real
lockdown.
talk, they started it early as well, because they want some more money, because that's all they care about. So we need to come together. So there's at least 85 families, 85 who run all of the money. They have all the money, man. 85. How many of us are there to become 85 family? I don't even think it would have to get violent for them to give us some change.
Yeah, it
and
would have
send
to.
it to pop.
Yeah.
And if it does, then it does, then it.
It will have to.
If it does, then it does. But I don't know, man. I don't feel like it can be a.
I think the only peaceful way is separation.
Yeah.
Because if you want to change it, you have to. They will not let you do
But
it.
it needs to be anarchy with order. There needs to be some purpose upon it. Otherwise, it's just going to get took over by radical anarchists, and that's all. There needs to be some sort of order within it, how we go about it and shit. It's difficult.
Because if too much order is a bad thing, and too much chaos is a bad thing as well.
Oh shit! You got to find that nice balance, innit? More people need to be governing their mind. Because we well know, if we don't govern our mind, it's going to get governed for us. So we need to start talking more, governing our own minds and coming together.
That's why I went for the idea of separation, because I feel, like you mentioned, they would kill us if you want to change it.
Battery's about to die.
They would have to kill us if they're going to change it, because they will not let you. Because it's like taking food away from them. It's a matter of survival.
I mean, there's definitely people who would want this to stay the same. The system not to change.
That's why they're coons.
But whether it's coons or whatever, there's people who want to change it.
Separation. You having these sort of like nicknames and stuff like that. It's just like with the red pill philosophy, how smart these groups are these days and how convincing they are, and how like if you have this, you're a simp or you're a beta, you're blah blah blah.
So that's just childish, but this,
them things are.
yeah, but the coon thing it's a mentality and it's also a definition. It's a label because we know what you're doing. You are caping. Like, you know, you're trying not to see the plight of the other person, the victim.
You really think it's
like a rapist apologist. Like, oh, what was she wearing though? You know.
No.
That's why you must have a definition for people like this, so you can tell them like what you're doing is messed up.
Yeah.
You're supporting oppression, and she'd be shot on the face with a machine gun.
No, they shouldn't.
By a
That's
shark
easy.
in
That's
a
the
hood.
easy way out.
The hard way out is for them to actually
Sit there in that silent rock. Do they deserve that? And is it within
just
our
take their responsibility.
just take that and say that? But in a way, aren't they not already saying that with the amount of money they have and what they're allowing to happen? Just like you're saying, it's not our responsibility to educate white people or blah 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 blah. They'd be like, it's not their responsibility to educate all you poor people on how you're getting fucked over because I want this money, I want this power.
But they don't educate us.
Yeah,
they try not to.
But of course they can't. They're not going to want us to educate ourselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
But with the internet now and communication, how people can come together, we can be educating ourselves out here. Hardcore.
Yeah.
We've got to use that shit proper though, that tour. Really be like proper educating ourselves.
You can get there.
Back in the day, they had to go to a library, bro. A library to go deep into this. But all we have to do is go on a phone.
Siri, Google.
Imagine man like who had to go in the library back in the day. He had the power of a phone now. Crazy.
I understand.
The thing is, yeah, just because our technology improves doesn't mean we're gonna get smarter.
Doesn't
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it just also doesn't mean
I'm
that
saying
we're
we
gonna
need to-
get freedom. Like, to change it, like you mentioned, we're gonna have to fight with blood and tears. That's what I'm saying. Separation is just easier. Less blood. Let my people go. Moses. Moses, shout out Moses.
It's easier, but it's also not gonna happen. It's not plausible. You know what I mean?
Says you.
Because of that choice thing, innit? Not everyone wants to separate.
Not everyone. That's what I'm saying. Wallahi, it's okay. Like, I don't know when people say racism is everywhere. No, racism is not everywhere. There's no racism in Ghana. There's no racism in Nigeria.
How do you know?
Because I've been there.
And that's your like belief in it.
No, but you know,
That's like the left wing's belief.
no.
And I'm just saying for people who are watching it, because people might actually believe that's reality, but they need to know that it's a political stance on something. So
As
in
in,
life,
you've
there's a
never
lot
been-
of political agendas behind things that people don't know or understand of. So they need to be educated in knowing that what that sort of thinking is.
Okay. It's a left wing idea.
Now, saying racism is everywhere is not a left wing idea.
It's not. I don't think it's a